Hi there. 5 lines of an email can bump you from not getting a job to getting a job. 99% people never send a thank you email after their interview is done. I've been conducting interviews for a long period of time now, 100 plus interviews, and so far I've only got one thank you email after the interview was finished. Let me ask you, have you ever sent an email, thank you email, after your interview was done? Let me know in the comments, yes or no, just so that I can get an idea whether you have ever done it or not. In this video, I'm going to cover why should you send thank you email after your interview. Secondly, exact script and what should you include in that thank you email so that you can have that last impression and you can reinforce to the interviewer that you are the right candidate for the job. And thirdly, few mistakes that you should avoid that will take you very, very, very close to your dream job. Let's go. First things first, why should we even bother about sending a thank you email after our interview is done? Benefit number one, and which is the biggest benefit, is that let's assume that interviewer or hiring manager has done lots of interviews and you are successful and you are in the top 2, right? Generally, that's what happens. We, as interviewers, we filter down to all the candidates and select the top 2 candidates and shortlist them, right? And more often than not, the race between these 2 candidates is neck to neck, right? They both are equally skillful, they are talented, everything stacks up. In that case, interviewer is likely to be confused to make that final decision to select one of you. And if you get that thank you email out into the inbox of the hiring manager, that will do the last impression and you might just land the job. So that is number 1. Number 2 reason is that while interviewer might have gone through a lot of things with you during your interview, and after that he might have had many other interviews with other candidates, there are likely to be some more clarification that might come in his mind. And that email that you're going to send out, that I'm going to talk about, what it will do is it will give a chance to the hiring manager to follow up with any niggly points or anything that they were really not clear with a quick clarification. So that is an opportunity for you to clear any last doubts that the interviewer might have in their minds. Thirdly, even if you're not selected, let's say even if your luck is not your way and you're not selected in the interview, there are 2 possibilities that exist. Number 1, that your hiring manager might find you fit for some other opportunity that they are hiring. And this actually happened with me. I was hiring for a workday consultant in the recruitment domain, but the candidate that I interviewed was really fit for the HCM module. So I did not hire him, but then I knew that they are really, really good in recruitment module. And later on, I ended up hiring them for the recruitment module, right? So while sending the thank you email, what it does is it sort of gives a positive message to the hiring manager that if they've got any other opportunities as well, they will keep an eye. And secondly, if they don't have any immediate opportunity, that's fine. That's absolutely okay. But in future, if they come across any other opportunities and all of a sudden they remember you because you were really great fit for that role, they have that email in their inbox and it will just take them 2 minutes of their time to dig out that email and send it to you. And lastly, number 4 is that it gives you a chance to build your network and make sure that anytime, anywhere, if you get a chance to work with them, they know you, they will remember you, because sending that, as I said, sending that last email after the interview, not many people do. Only 1% people do it. And that they will remember, hopefully, and that will help you in building your network as well. If you're liking this video so far, give it a thumbs up. That's how I know that you value my content. Now we have understood the benefits of sending that thank you email. Let's understand what should we include in that email and how should we send it out, when should we send it out, okay? So I recommend sending 2 emails out, okay? Number 1 is to the interviewer panel, the people who interviewed you. And the second email that I recommend you to send out is to the recruiter as well, okay? Now the first email, let's just talk about the subject line of that email. You should say thank you and then include the name of the people. It is very, very important you call out their names because they are more likely to open that email as soon as they see their name with a thank you. Everybody will open that email. I'm pretty sure about it. So make sure you say the subject line is thank you and their name. And if there were multiple people, say, for example, if there were 2 of them, say thank you Rahul and Priyanka, right? Brilliant. Okay. After the subject line, the email body goes like this. Dear Rahul and Priyanka, thank you for taking time out for my interview. It was great meeting you both. I'm super excited to join should you wish to offer me the role. And if there are any follow-up questions, I'll be more than happy to have further discussions. Here is my LinkedIn profile. Looking forward to hear from you. Best regards, your name and your mobile number. Boom. The second email that needs to go out to recruiter will go something like this. Again, the subject line will say thank you, the name of the recruiter. It is likely that they are going to open that email because everybody would like to see thank you message coming across. And the body of the email will go something like this. Dear Neisha, thank you for organizing my interview with Rahul, Jain and Priyanka Sharma, name of the panelist. It was great to meet both of you. I'm genuinely excited to be part of ABC company should you offer the role to me. If the interview panel has any follow-up questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Look forward to hearing from you. Best regards, your name, mobile number, and your LinkedIn profile. Let me now quickly talk about the LinkedIn profile here. Include your LinkedIn profile link only if you've got a really good profile pic, you've got all your experiences and your skill set up to date in line with your CV and interview, and thirdly, if you have some recommendations on your LinkedIn profile. It will really be helpful for the interviewers to go and check you out on LinkedIn because it is a validation, it is a social proof of your skills. But if your LinkedIn profile is not up to date, it's not in line with what your interview was, it's not then required to be added in your thank you email. If you're liking this video so far, give it a thumbs up. That's how I know that you value my content. Now moving on to a few other things. Number one is that when should you send this email out? I recommend that you send this email out within the first 2 hours after your interview. If you're not able to send it within the first 2 hours, I recommend no later than 24 hours because what you want to do is before the interviewers make that decision, you get in there and send this email out. Okay. Few other things I would recommend you to avoid in that email. Number one is do not try to justify any of the discussions you might have had in the interview. Don't try to justify any answers. If you did not answer correctly any of the questions during the interview, this email is not for that. Let's not try and make it very long, lengthy and trying to give more justification. That's not going to happen. Number two is that do not try and ask the result of the interview in this email because there will be opportunities to have some follow-ups, but this email is purely to just thank you them and make sure you leave a good last impression on them. And lastly, I would highly recommend you to send this email out, please. Even if they do not reply back to you, don't be disheartened because there is no harm in sending this email out. There will always be some or the other benefit you just don't know. So please do not hold yourself not sending this email. Please send this email out. It will be really beneficial for you. If you're liking my content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'm sure it is adding value and I will bring more and more videos for you. See you until the next video. Signing off.